What's up guys, Readiness Rations here with you again, and today we're doing a US MRE review. We're going to be checking out a menu number 7, chicken with salsa from way back in 2004. And oh boy, is this package in rough condition. This particular MRE was apparently stored in a garage for more than a decade, so it's safe to say that I'm excited to see how the contents have held up. Before we open this ration pack up, I want to remind you guys to give this video a thumbs up if you like seeing these military ration reviews here on YouTube, and to subscribe to the channel to catch all content like this in the future. Drop me a comment letting me know what ration you would like to see me review next. And now let's open up this old school 10-bag MRE from 2004. There are literally pieces of this bag flaking off. It has become so brittle due to heat exposure that it's basically disintegrating. This has got to be one of the worst external condition MREs that I've ever attempted to eat. This is an Ameriqual packed meal ready to eat individual from 2004 as indicated on the date stamp there. Chicken with salsa was introduced as a MRE menu back in 1999 and hung around until 2007, so it had a decent lifespan. So without further ado, let's cut this thing open. We'll be using my Spyderco Tenacious for that. Nothing really smells off as far as I can tell. We have our accessory package, which we'll look more in depth at here in a moment. The entree itself, chicken breast strips with chunky salsa, packed on the 40th day of 2004, coming in at 8 ounces. That's a pretty trim main at 200 calories, but it does provide 20 grams of carbs and 23 grams of protein. We have a 210 calorie package of shortbread cookies, a 120 calorie pack of cappuccino mocha. That should be pretty good. This is a full-size package of peanut M&Ms. Oh no. Cheese spread with jalapenos. And this feels extremely hard and sort of dry, and the package is even delaminating. It's already coming apart. Old cheese spread is one of the most revolting things that you can run into in a military ration, but maybe the jalapenos will make it a little bit better. They included a pack of vegetable crackers coming in at 1.3 ounces, 180 calories, an MRE spoon, a flameless ration heater, complete with do not eat, and it looks like our side dish is Mexican rice. That should pair up pretty good with the chicken and salsa as long as things are edible as they are. That is a 5-ounce side dish coming in at 210 calories. Now let's take a closer look at this accessory package. You gotta have your Lighthouse toilet paper, a pack of iodized salt, a little Tabasco bottle, which is still mostly full, but is very dark in color, a 2-pack of spearmint gum, moist towelette, iced tea drink mix with lemon flavor. I actually really enjoy these. And lastly, a green pack of matches with red tips. And that is the contents of a chicken and salsa MRE from 2004. So let's get this plated up and commence the tasting. This ration was cram-packed with food, so much so that there's not even a compartment for every item here on the tray. Let's take a look at these retort pouches here first. This pouch for the main doesn't look terrible. Of course, that's chicken with salsa. There is a little bit of separation in the pouch itself. It is delaminating just a tad bit, so this may come apart in heating. The Mexican rice is looking about the same. We can definitely tell right there where the retort pouch is kind of already coming apart, and that feels like a insanely hard and dense brick of rice. I considered giving this flameless ration heater a shot, but given the age and condition of these items, I want to give them the best shot of not making me sick. So I think I will boil them. So I'll throw these in some hot water, and then we'll finally start opening some stuff up. And there's a look at our cappuccino powder. Now right away, this is wafting a very sweet aroma. Sweet and noticeably of chocolate. It actually smells a good deal like a hot chocolate mix. This drink mix does call for 1/4 canteen cup or 6 ounces of hot water. It can also be prepared with cold water. And that's about my best estimate of 6 ounces. Now that the water's hit the drink mix, it is distinctly smelling of coffee. That appears to be dissolving very quickly in this hot water. That smells really, really nice. And I guess we'll go ahead and mix up our iced tea drink mix as well. This has a artificial lemon aroma. In the glass we go. These old school iced tea mixes do contain real sugar, which is a bonus in my opinion. We'll mix that up with cold water. Again, this one is a 6-ounce serve. Now, being cold water and having sugar, this is probably going to need a good bit of stirring. I'm really excited about these drink options. This is about the best you can run into for this era of MRE. I know we're going to save this cheese spread for last, because this stuff is probably going to be pretty rank. We will go ahead and take a look at these crackers, though. Those were under a really nice vacuum still. Those don't smell bad. They're very dark. Super brown and toasted looking. The vegetable crackers always have a slightly different aroma than your standard MRE crackers, but they're along the same lines. Has a toasted, bread-like smell. And even though these crackers are in a mostly whole condition, there was one small chip here. So let's go ahead and give that a try. Crunchy and fresh. Very tasty. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Even that very small piece is causing my mouth to be a little bit like a desert. So I suppose we'll give our mocha cappuccino a taste here. Cheers. Sweet, very sweet. That is ridiculously good. That far exceeds all expectations for a coffee drink in an MRE. It is creamy and smooth. It has the perfect balance of both coffee and chocolate flavors. Neither one are particularly overpowering. I would go ahead and kill this off because it's that good, but I kind of want to dip one of those shortbread cookies in it, so let's get into those. Curious to see if these are all broken up. Yeah, they're a little bit broken, and oh man, these smell terrible. What? Those are so gross. Those smell so bad. It has a very distinct rancid oil flavor, not good at all smell-wise. I think we got lucky with the crackers because these cookies smell pretty darn vile. Yeah, there's nothing good about that aroma at all. My mind will be blown if these still taste decent. Let's give it a try. No. Oh, it's just sweet combined with shortening that's as old as my grandfather. That is terrible. Let's get another bite. It's crunchy still. That is just so wrong. I really hate that these aren't still good because shortbread cookies and MREs are generally a pretty nice item. Who am I kidding? I might still eat them. Even though they taste really bad, I'm not getting any numbness, not yet anyway. There's no weird burning sensation. Let's see if they can absorb a little bit of this mocha here. See if that improves the flavor at all. No, all that's doing is ruining the mocha. Try to wash that down the best I can. And I might have spoke a little too soon on them not causing a numbing sensation because I am feeling that a little bit now. Those have not aged well at all. We have just one sip of that mocha left. That was really good. Even though I'm sort of sitting away from these cookies, they're close enough to where their smell is still wafting up, and that smell is not a good one. Let's take a look at our peanut M&Ms here. Looks like they're a little bit cracked in there. Yeah, the shell is sort of coming apart on some of them. That's one of the signs of an old heat-exposed M&M. The shells kind of go first. I have seen some in worse condition than this, though. They don't smell that good, and those shells are just crumbling apart with very gentle pressure. I'm looking forward to giving those a try, but I kind of want to save those for dessert. So let's get into our main event here first. Now, this retort pouch is looking very rough after going into that boiling water. It is coming apart all over the place. These retort pouches are not supposed to peel like a banana. Literally all the layers are just coming apart here. It might be a bad sign, but I think I can kind of smell this through the pouch. Chicken with salsa, and it actually doesn't smell all that bad. It is screaming hot, so it's a little hard to handle. Those chicken chunks are so dark brown. I doubt they're really supposed to look like that. They feel really hard too, like they have straight up turned into bricks of jerky. Let's take this rice out too while we're at it here. This pouch is delaminating just as bad as the main pouch was. This is a messy one. Fold that back and we can get a window straight into the internal contents. It's not supposed to work like that. I got most of it. Forgive me for not chasing each and every grain of this rice. Now that we got them both out, let's get a good look at this main. Of course, we have these super dark, sort of hard chicken chunks. I'm seeing little bubbles in them, so that's going to lead me to the conclusion that, yeah, these are a mostly processed chicken product here. Sort of a chicken mystery meat, mechanically separated, formed and pressed, the whole thing, and they look like dry little sponges. Definitely not the kind of thing that you want to be eating. Looks more like something that you would be serving an animal, maybe cat or dog, and possibly even feeling bad about serving it to them. As far as that salsa goes, there are some green bell pepper in there, tomato, as any salsa should have, onion, and the sauce this is in is a little bit thicker than what you would expect from just straight salsa. So I'm thinking maybe there is some cornstarch or something to work as a thickening agent. Now the aroma of the main is not terrible. It hasn't like rotted or anything. It just looks really bad. Definitely heat stressed. I can tell that because it is so dark. As far as the rice goes, there's a couple little bits of corn in there. We have, of course, all of our little grains of rice. The rice does have a more off-putting aroma than the main does. It does not smell good. We have little flakes of green herb, and I see a little red flake here and there. Guessing that is either a tomato skin or some kind of chili flake. I bet these two were a fire combo back when they were new, but at the moment, it's looking a little bit more like a dumpster fire to me. We've wasted enough time. Let's get in there and give it a try. I think I'll start with this rice first just because I already had some on my spoon. From looks alone, the rice doesn't seem all that bad. The smell's a different story though. Let's see how it tastes. What is that? It's bitter. Bitter and metallic. Before the bitterness hit me though, I was met with an almost pleasant sort of chili powder flavor, but that's tasting like that pouch was compromised. Let's get another bite here. That one had corn in it. I'm waiting to see if it's going to numb my mouth out, give me any kind of tingling or burning sensation. None of that's happened as of yet. The rice is very soft. The texture is actually not bad. I bet I would have really liked this had it been eaten even 10 years ago maybe. I'm not feeling any ill effects yet. I guess we'll just keep shoveling it in until I do. That bitter flavor is just awful. It's overshadowing everything good that this rice could possibly be bringing to the table. It has a little bit of a rancidy oil type flavor all of its own, similar to but different than our cookies here. Let's get that nasty taste of the rice out of our mouth with a bite of our chicken and salsa. Guess I'll go in for several of our chunks of chicken here. Make sure we get a tomato and an onion just to get the full experience. Heat stressed chicken and salsa from 2004, apparently stored in a garage down the hatch. Oh no. That is wrong on so many levels. This is the, oh. I was this close to spitting that out. This close to spitting that out. The texture of that chicken is unlike anything I've ever put in my mouth. It's basically like eating meat sand. It has that same terrible bitterness of the rice, except for the chicken is numbing my mouth. The sides of my tongue are already getting numb. That chicken is a special kind of disgusting. It's not even the flavor that's that bad. I'm still picking up on sort of a Mexican style taste. You can get a little of the acidity of the tomato. You get a little bit of the onion. There's no jalapeno heat or anything that I would expect a salsa to have, but the chicken just tastes like soggy meat styrofoam. Really ultra terrible. I don't know if I'm going in for a second bite on that one or not. It's really that bad. Let's wash that down with a bit of our lemon tea here. Even the lemon tea is tainted by that metallic bitterness that's still lingering in my mouth. After a couple sips though, we are washing things down and it's tasting a bit better. This tea is sweet, it is refreshing. That little bit of lemon taste is quite pleasant. And the tea flavor that it has is very much like any instant tea that you will happen upon. Something like an instant Lipton, which is basically what I think this is. I would have really liked to open up this Tabasco and eat it on some of our main, but this main, for all intents and purposes, is inedible. I'm sure that I could probably shovel it down and not die, but I really don't feel like putting myself through that tonight. I've tasted it, and I think that's about as far as we're going to go on that. We do still have another couple items to try here though. So let's go in for one of our M&Ms here. I try to pick one with the least amount of cracks. Let's toss it back. Big surprise. They taste old. The chocolate has turned really waxy. The shell just kind of disappears. I have one of the peanuts here where most of the chocolate is sort of worn off. So let's see how the peanuts are by themselves. Oh, it wasn't crunchy. Okay, so that was a soft... That was a soft peanut, and rancid is all get out. Whoa. If I thought the chicken was bad, no. That peanut without the shell on it, that was bad. My tongue is ridiculously numb at the moment. That's the first time I've ever run into a peanut that was that rancid. You expect a peanut to have some crunch to it, and it was just soft. Ugh. So I guess the M&Ms are mostly a no-go. At least we have a couple good crackers. Get a bite of one of those. Yeah, the cracker's still nice. I've saved what I figured was going to be the worst for last, but I'm hoping that we get surprised and this cheese is actually decent. This is our cheese spread with jalapenos. Oh my goodness. Look at that. How is this cheese spread? It's a solid block of just brown. Yeah, that's smelling a lot like some old cheese spread we've encountered before. That stinky boot, old sock, smelly, almost armpit kind of thing. Gross. Finish pooping that out here. At least it came out all in one piece. Oh man, what am I doing with my life? So we have an elongated block here of rubbery, solidified cheese spread with jalapenos. Let's cut into it with our spoon. And we have that lovely, disgusting brown color all the way through. I was hoping for some bits that look a little lighter in color. I'm not even seeing the jalapeno chunks. Usually you see some little green flakes. I'm sure they're still in there. You just can't see them because everything's brown. This is not the worst smelling cheese spread I've ever run across. It doesn't smell good, but I've smelled worse. This is the first time that I've seen one with this kind of texture where it's just so dried out that you can just cut it into little pieces like this. Fudge from the pits of hell. Look at the inside there. No. No. What? Why? Do I really want to do this? No. Am I going to do this? Yes, I am. Cheese spread with jalapenos. It took a minute for it to hit me. I just bit into a little jalapeno piece. Oh, no. What? It's spicy. That is so bad. It has that same numbing effect that I got with the peanut, maybe even just as bad. It's getting right onto the edges of my tongue. It has an old, gross, nasty cheese taste, aged way longer than it should be. It zaps all the moisture from your mouth because it's so dry. But with all that said, that's not the worst cheese spread I've ever encountered. I have had one before that literally almost made me lose the rest of my meal on camera. I'm nowhere close to that with this one. Am I gonna eat any more of that? Heck no. Would I suggest anyone else ever eat that? Heck no. But at least I know what old jalapeno cheese spread tastes like now, which was a new one for me. Well, since the majority of this menu is completely toast, I guess my dinner is going to be comprised of just a couple crackers. Truth be told, after tasting some of these things, I've lost most of my appetite anyway. I think this is the most full tray that I've ever finished a video with. The drinks and the crackers were the only redeeming things of this meal. Perhaps the gum. Let's give it a shot. That's not even hard. Gum is still perfect. The spearmint is always my favorite flavor, and that's doing wonders to take that old boot cheese taste out from under my tongue. And I think that about does it for the review. That was menu number 7, chicken with salsa from 2004. And I bet this was actually a really good meal in its day. Sadly, here we are in 2023, almost 20 years later, and it might be the worst MRE I've ever encountered. I knew it was going to be bad when I saw the outside of the pouch falling apart. Maybe I'll find the same menu in better condition one day and give you guys another review of one that I can actually eat. But I hope you enjoyed the video anyway. If you did like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up to help it out with that Google algorithm. Subscribe to the channel to catch all of my future ration review videos, both old and new, disgusting and tasty. Drop me a comment and let me know what you thought about the video and what ration you would like to see me review next. And I will catch you guys in the next video. See you then. Peace.